Hey Saber Forum, this is Jedi Josh. Alright, uh, you guys have asked for a video review of both my sabers. Well, of my entry and raffle prizes. Although I can't give you everything because my brother's got the Reaper, I gave it to him, and it's really hard to get a hold of that to do a review, so I think I'll just make him do a video review of that. So, here's the entry, the Archon, and this one here is a stunt in Violet Amethyst with a recharge port. I really love the recharge port because all I have to do is plug my sabers in as opposed to fighting the sabers out. Batteries out. And so, this saber, I've had it since the 20th of April. It came with the usual half charge, and I charged it from there that night, and it's stayed charged for about 2 weeks with me playing on and off with it, which I think is really good for let's see, for Stunt Saber, especially since the usual that I've been getting with my Guardian with sound is about 3 or 4 days, so that's really nice to know that between the 3 sabers I could probably keep going several weeks without having to charge more than one at a time now. Well, maybe 2 if a couple of sabers charging time coincided. Anyway, that's my Archon. Now, the Archon is based off Luke's ROTJ, Return of the Jedi saber, or Obi-Wan's A New Hope saber. I'm avoiding the prequel sabers because I know some people are not prequel fans, and I don't think those were using the original props. So this is based off the Episode 4 Obi-Wan saber and the Episode 6 Luke saber, but it does not have a activation box. I believe that something was said about the reason for that being because on Luke's ROTJ saber, the activation box, I believe, is right there. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. But if you'll notice, our switch is up here. So, I believe they said that you can self-mod an activation switch, but your switch would still have to be up there because there was not room to put batteries, sound, and now emerald, I would guess, and a battery in this area. But with the LED here, there's a little bit of room for the activation switch here. But you know what? It's a small qualm compared to the results of perfection that is an Ultra Saber. And besides, this saber is one of my dad's favorites, or at least it probably would be if so, let me put it this way. It would be one of his favorites if I took off the CoverTech clip. My dad is not a big fan of CoverTech clips, although I think I could probably convert him if I put the CoverTech clip on a saber up there, about 180 degrees from the switch, which I know some people have talked about, and I believe others have done. So, well, that there is my dad's problem with this saber, but it's my saber, so ha 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 ha. So, next up is the Graflex. This one, my dad is wondering why in the world you'd get a saber with all these knobs, the activation box, grips, and CoverTech. Well, I'll tell you why. Because it is the original lightsaber. It is the lightsaber. And as you can see, I got the buttons in gold, and I got it in with the nickel plating. And this was the emerald, was one half of the emerald prize. I got it with an RGBW with the LED switch in channels with series channel 3. Yeah, 3. This year is currently set to blue on full, white on about half, with a flash on clash to green, and no pulse. The obsidian sound I have not messed around with a lot, mostly because messing around with it takes a little bit more time than messing around with my light. And I don't have a lot of time on my hands right now. So, right now it's still got the original sound on it. And it's really loud. I pulled it out of the box and I almost dropped it because I'd forgotten how loud an Ultra Saber was at the very beginning. Or I'd just gotten used to them. I think they've upgraded their soundboard again, because I swear my Guardian is a little quieter than it was, but it's nothing too big to complain about. It's just a difference in sound quality due to 6 months of improvement on the board. So this here's my Guardian, which has seen almost 6 months of use, work, play. It's been dropped a couple times. And as you can hear, it's not quite as loud. But it still shocks most people with how loud these sabers are. And then there's